What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be breaking down the Avengers Doomsday trailer that dropped this morning. And before we get into the breakdown, I do want to say I feel like a lot of people can agree with me on this, that Marvel did fumble this trailer by not showing us it back whenever CinemaCon was happening, when they did show it to those people early. I think this because, honestly, we knew everything that was going to happen in this trailer. From the descriptions that people were saying, we knew Shang-Chi was going to fight Gambit. We knew that Doom was going to stop it with two fingers. So that stuff didn't come to us as a surprise. We already knew it was going to happen, so we didn't feel as much hype seeing it. I am still happy that we did get a trailer. If not today, then we would have probably gotten it in San Diego. But let's get right into the breakdown. So we open up on Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. It's in ruins. We can see Professor X looking out of a window he's looking at what looks to be like an incursion. I think it's an incursion at least. But while this is happening, RDJ is talking, or Doom, I should say, because it does not sound like RDJ.
Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
He put on an accent, and I think it sounds incredible. I think he did a great job. It doesn't sound forced. You can still kind of tell it is RDJ, but not to the point where it takes you out of the character, you know? After this, we see Doom kneeling down in the courtyard of the X Mansion, and this looks great, honestly. Doom looks amazing in this trailer, I will say that. And after this, we do see a new shot of like the new and improved new Avengers Tower, and it looks great. Honestly, when I saw the trailer for the first time, I was very surprised that they changed it that much, but it looks great, I will say that. And after that, we see the Fantastic Four and Thor walking in, kind of continuing the Thunderbolts post-credit scene that happened back in May of last year. And after that, we do see a wide-angle shot that it's kind of like a classic shot that you would see in an Avengers movie, showing off all of Earth's mightiest heroes. And I think the only like real suit change has been Ant-Man, which he went back to his Ant-Man and the Wasp uniform, his suit. And the Thunderbolts, they're wearing the same suits from the post-credit scene. The Fantastic Four, they're wearing the same suits, they just got jackets. And those jackets look good. We've seen concept art of them, so it didn't really come to us as a surprise either. We do see that Sam is still using his bluer cab suit that he got in Brave New World. That does bother me a little bit, as like it doesn't differentiate him from Steve that much. I do like his wider suit better. It gives him more uniqueness, not feeling like a wannabe Captain America. But I am happy that they are at least giving him the role of Captain America, having Steve not wearing the Captain America suit, because Sam is Captain America, and we do know this. But it still would have been cool to see Steve get like a nomad suit, or just not just be in normal clothes, you know? But in the back of this scene, we do see three worlds, like a diagram of three worlds colliding. So I'm guessing that's going to be the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four universe, and our MCU universe. And that looks very cool. Over this like scene, we do hear Thor explaining how Doom is unlike any threat that they have faced before. He is much more powerful, and it just sounds like Doom is going to be crazy in this movie, if I'm going to be honest, bro. And then we cut to Namor and the Wakandans. Namor does have a new suit. We have seen concept art and like leaked images of this before, and it looks very nice, very comic accurate to his black comic suit. And then we see like a bunch of cuts of just different scenes, different superheroes. We see Thor jumping down, I think in the courtyard of the X Mansion again. We see the staircase, I think, in the X Mansion exploding. The X Mansion's always destroyed or exploding, or something's happening to it. So then we see one of the best shots in my opinion, in the whole trailer, I think it's definitely a standout for a lot of people. It's Cyclops in the X Mansion, and he's got his hand on his visor, and you already know he's gonna be ore farming in this movie. Hopefully, at least, because in the Fox films he did get done dirty. Wolverine was, it felt like Wolverine was the leader over Cyclops, and we all know that that's not true. Then we see a clip of Shang-Chi fighting with Gambit, and that fight is gonna be incredible. I can already tell. I love Gambit. I love Shang-Chi, and they kind of do have similar, not similar power sets, but they have like similar fighting styles, I guess. So that would look amazing, and I can't wait to see that. But we then cut to someone holding Loki's TVA like ID card, and we're not sure if this is Loki. It could be Steve. I heard someone saying that it might be Steve whenever Loki goes to visit Steve in the 60s or 50s, whenever he goes back to live with Peggy. And after that, we do see a clip of like Loki, and he's not in TVA. He's not in his Yggdrasil tree. I don't know where he is. People did say maybe he's in Steve's home, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Then we see Atlantis, where Bucky, Falcon, Ghost, and Sue, also Ben Grimm. I forgot to mention Ben Grimm. They're meeting the Wakandans. One thing I do notice about this scene is that Ben's very short. I remember a lot of discourse on that whenever Fantastic Four First Steps was coming out, that Ben, he should be taller. Like, M'Baku is towering over him, bro. But I don't really care too much about it. I do think that Ben Grimm in the comics is kind of, he's short and stubby. He is tall, but he's more short and stubby than anything. Then we see Yelena in the background. Or we see Yelena charging in the X Mansion, and in the background we see Reed Richards stretching his arm across Sam Wilson, and that looks great. I do want to see Reed Richards a lot in this movie. I want to see him use his powers a lot more than he did in Fantastic Four First Steps, because we only got a handful of scenes of him actually using his powers. And after that, we do see Mystique shapeshift into Yelena, and this was in the description of the leaked trailer. I do feel excited to see Yelena versus Yelena, kind of. But the Mystique outfit I have seen getting a lot of hate. I don't really care too much for it. It looks nice, in my opinion. It looks more comic accurate than anything else that we've gotten before from Mystique, from what I remember. But yeah. And then after that, we do see Magneto and Professor X kind of sitting down where we last saw them back in December. And we do see Scott Lang saying bye to Cassie, which is that might be the last time we see Scott, like, or this movie at least, because he does kind of feel like one of the characters that they are gonna kill off, along with a lot of the new Avengers characters. We then cut to a scene of Johnny hugging one of the, it looks like either Franklin Storm or Sue Storm. It's someone with blonde hair. It could be either of them, but it doesn't show us, so we'll just have to wait and see. We do see Sue in Atlantis, so we might be getting something between her and Namor, like in the comics. I don't really want that. I don't know. It feels bad towards Reed, you know. I do see her actually being the one that like negotiates peace between the Wakandans and the Atlanteans and the New Avengers and everybody there. After this, we see one of my favorite shots in the whole trailer, and it's Gambit jumping off of it looks like a pillar kind of thing inside the X Mansion, and he smashes his like bow staff on the ground, and it just looks so cool. And I love Gambit, so That's definitely one of my favorite scenes in the whole trailer. After that, we see one of the clips of Cyclops from back from the December trailers, and we can see the Sentinel feet walking around in the background. After this, we see Sue using her powers, and they look great. They always have. In Fantastic Four First Steps, that was one of my favorite parts about her characters, how her powers looked. And we do kind of see something like that in the Brand New Day trailer. I'm guessing that it's Jean Grey or Sadie Singh's character, but we don't know yet. And I'm just excited to see. I think next week, in about 10 days, we should be able to see. We do see a clip of Namor flying. It looks like he is flying in Atlantis. Then we see the biggest moment of this trailer, and it's Thor, and he's kind of recreating his scene from Infinity War where he's all charged up, and he throws his Stormbreaker at Thanos, and he hits him in the chest. But in this scene, he jumps up, he's all charged up, and he comes at Doom with Stormbreaker, and Doom just stops it with 2 fingers right there. And wow, Doom is just like, I know we did hear about this 5 months back, but that still just sounds like, it sounds insane even now me saying it. But after this, Thor is walking in, I think, the Fantastic Four, their ship, and he sees Steve, and he just doesn't believe it. And so he tests Steve by kind of putting out Mjolnir to kind of test if he's worthy and if it is truly Steve. And Steve kind of calls Mjolnir, and he catches it. And so he proves to Thor that he is truly the Steve Rogers that he knows. But we don't know if it is the Steve that we saw in those original trailers. But there is someone behind Steve. I do think that is Johnny, because he kind of has like a white collar. If you like zoom in, it might not be, but that's what I think, honestly. But other than that, I do want to say that the scenes in the trailer do look a lot better than what we would see in earlier Marvel. The cinematography looks a lot better. There's a lot more like warm tones, and the lighting looks a lot better. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to hear all your guys' theories, but for now, I don't really have much new theories, because we have been speculating on this trailer for already 5 months. A lot of people already have came up with most of the theories, but I do want to ask, do you guys think that this is the Steve that we've seen all along? The Steve from the December trailers, because it is definitely, he does look different. He has longer hair, he has a beard, and in those December trailers, it was just Infinity War Steve, so maybe it's just Nomad. And I honestly, part of me is saying that this might be Nomad. I don't know, just something about Steve looking different. It kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth whenever I feel like it might be Nomad. I will say that. Other than that, I'm just gonna go through it one more time. I do think Gambit is like my standout in this trailer. Other than Doom, of course, because Doom is just, he stops Stormbreaker with 2 fingers, bro. That just sounds insane. I do want to see where Loki is, because my best guess would be he goes to Cap when he's with Peggy, and he warns him that, hey, you caused an incursion, you're gonna be hunted after by Doom, and Doom is not someone you want to play with, you know. And I think maybe that scene takes place in his house. I did hear other people saying that the person behind Steve was Steve's son. I don't believe that. But I mean, anything's possible. But yeah, honestly, what do you guys think about this trailer? Do you guys think that that is Steve, or that Loki is in Steve's house? Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Odyssey review. Bye.